What's going on? What is poppin'? YouTube world, my name is Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice because that is my nickname. I appreciate you guys for watching today. Be sure to smash this like button right about now, as it does help these videos get out to the public and my channel to grow overall. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly, and almost every single day if I can, and turn on post notifications too, so you do not miss a single video that I post. It's only right, you guys. Cleveland Browns fans, let's have a chat. Your coach, Freddie Kitchens, is terrible. Freddie Kitchens needs to be gone, and he needs to be fired. And if you guys do not fire Freddie Kitchens, I got no hope for you guys, okay? And honestly, guys, I kind of feel bad for Freddie Kitchens. I really do, because I see a guy that's in over his head. You know, sometimes in life, you will come to realize that when it comes to certain people that get hired for certain jobs, sometimes a certain person for a certain job gets hired and they are just flat out not qualified for that job. Okay? And you feel bad for them because they're trying their best. They look the part. They talk the part. But guys, in reality, you know deep down that person should not be working, and he or she does not deserve that job. And that person in Cleveland, Ohio, the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, is Freddie Kitchens. See, you know, this guy, Freddie Kitchens, he went from, in less than a year, think about this, in less than a year, Freddie Kitchens was a position coach, then an offensive coordinator, and then he got a head coaching job, okay? When does that ever happen? I've never seen this happen. And in the offseason, I ranked all the 8 head coach hirings, okay? And I put the Freddie Kitchens hire at 5th on my list. It should have been last, okay? I was over my head in that decision to rank Freddie Kitchens and this hiring by the Cleveland Browns, because I'm looking back and I'm like, what am I thinking? That was by far the worst hire. See, Freddie Kitchens has skipped steps, okay? In life, I've always been told this in life, you cannot skip steps. Do it the right way. Learn on the fly. Master the job before you have it. And Freddie Kitchens, unfortunately, has skipped the steps. You see it all the time, you know, in sports even. You know, when we talk about quarterbacks that should stay in college for another year, what do? They come out a year earlier when they are not ready to play in the NFL. We see it with college basketball players all the time, you know. We see it all the time. You know, college players, they should stay in college, but they come out after 1 year. They're skipping steps. They need extra coaching. They need extra time. If you're trying to become a doctor, you can't just become a doctor after getting your regular degree. You need medical school, and then you need to go through more and more years of training. You just can't be a doctor after 1 degree. That's not going to cut it. And a prime example of this is Bill Belichick. Let's just use arguably the greatest head coach of all time, Bill Belichick. I know he's cheated in the past, but again, deep down, in reality, Bill Belichick, probably the greatest head coach of all time. See, Bill Belichick, he was an assistant coach for 10 years. 5 years, he was a defensive coordinator. Then he got his first coaching job. The Cleveland Browns, for some reason, fired him. How'd that turn out, Cleveland? Not great, but either way, we're not going to go there. Then it takes him 5 more years. Then he gets the Patriots job, okay? In reality, Bill Belichick did his time as an assistant coach and as a coordinator before he officially became a head coach. Okay? That's the right way to do it. Freddie Kitchens, he was a position coach for multiple years. That's a great first step. But he was barely an offensive coordinator for even 1 year. Was not a coordinator for 1 year. See, there's a difference between being a position coach and an offensive coordinator. You see, if you're a head coach, you have to command a locker room full of grown men. 53 men have to get behind you. You have to have a presence in the room that will captivate a 53-man roster full of different alter egos that comes from people that come from different backgrounds, different attitudes, and roughly people that have a lot of money. Millionaires we're talking here, okay? See, Freddie Kitchens does not come across as that type of guy. So, if you're not convinced here, let's evaluate Freddie Kitchens as a head coach. I did this with Pat Shurmur, the Giants head coach, who I do think they need to fire at the end of the season. I think Pat Shurmur is terrible. I think Freddie Kitchens is terrible. So let's evaluate Freddie Kitchens. What does he do well? What does he not do well? Okay? I think Freddie Kitchens personally knows a little bit about the X's and O's of football. That's the bare minimum, okay? I don't think he's great with it. He's constantly not used Odell Beckham Jr. the right way, in my opinion. He's not run the football enough with Nick Chubb at times. Baker Mayfield has regressed. But again, I think Freddie Kitchens knows a decent amount of football. Is he great with adjustments? No. Is he a great decision maker? No. Not at all. Running the football on a draw play on 4th and 9, is that a good decision? No, he's not great in high leverage in-game decision. Freddie Kitchens, this should tell you about Freddie Kitchens. See, he had time to get out of his bed. He had time to brush his teeth, eat his food during a normal day, and he had a choice to put on what shirt he wanted to wear. And in public, the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, after the Myles Garrett situation, puts on a shirt that says, Pittsburgh started it. Really? That should tell you enough about Freddie Kitchens' decision making, okay? Because he's not smart and mature enough to make decisions, not even football related, off the field. That's a bad decision. Drawing attention to your team when it's not warranted. Is Freddie Kitchens organized? No. This Browns team is not prepared week to week. He's not an organized head coach. He's burning timeouts. Odell Beckham Jr. is calling people out. This team does not look prepared. They're not disciplined. And the last thing, does he provide a presence? Do we really think the players like Freddie Kitchens to the degree they should? I think they like the guy. I think he's a likable guy. He seems like a likable guy. He seems like a guy I would like to interview one day. However, the problem is Freddie Kitchens has lost, in my opinion at least, the Cleveland Browns locker room. Because Odell Beckham Jr., he's ranting on the sideline. Jarvis Landry wants out. Odell Beckham Jr. wants out. These players are complaining. Baker Mayfield seems over his head. And I see the sideline antics. I just don't think these players respect Freddie Kitchens, and I just don't think Freddie Kitchens has the presence to captivate a room like a Mike Tomlin, like a Bill Belichick, like even a Ron Rivera. And Cleveland, I really think Cleveland was dumb in this situation to hire Freddie Kitchens in the first place, because you would think Cleveland, you would think Cleveland would want a proven commodity at head coach. What has Freddie Kitchens done? Everyone wants to say, what is your resume when you apply for a job? What was Freddie Kitchens' resume? An assistant coach for a couple years? Whoop-de-doo! Whoop-de-doo! Really? Really, Cleveland? So, again, I feel bad for Freddie Kitchens because he clearly does not have the tools to be a good NFL head coach. I don't think he's going to be ever a great NFL head coach. Again, he could prove me wrong if the Browns decide to bring him back. He could learn from this. I hope he learns from this. I hope he gets another opportunity somewhere else. I'm a guy that believes in second chances and second opportunities. I really do believe that. But guys, Freddie Kitchens has to go. This team is 6-9. And I'm going to call the players a little bit here because in no way, shape, or form, despite Freddie Kitchens' bad coaching, should this team be 6-9. And despite the talent on this team, whether Freddie Kitchens is experienced or not, how much coaching do you have to do, Freddie Kitchens, to make this team win? I don't think you have to do much coaching at all, quite frankly. I think this Cleveland team is very talented. I just think that Freddie Kitchens needs to keep the game plan simple, play to the strengths, and overall, just not do too much. Don't be over your head. Don't overthink things. Keep the game plan very vanilla and simple. Cleveland has all the talent in the world, but Freddie Kitchens is not maximizing that talent as a head coach. And I don't care how good of a roster you have. You can potentially make the playoffs. You can potentially win some games every now and then. But again, Freddie Kitchens can't really even do that, for one. But in reality, you'll never compete and you'll never go deep in the playoffs. And I believe that this locker room has lost faith in Freddie Kitchens. This team, at bare minimum, should be 9-7 this year. At bare minimum. The expectations that Cleveland had this year, the players they brought in, the roster they have, there's absolutely zero excuses as to why this team should be 6-9. No excuses. And the players need to be held accountable too. But mainly Freddie Kitchens, because he's over his head. This team lacks coaching. And I believe in order to save Baker Mayfield from dysfunctional Cleveland, they need to fire Freddie Kitchens right now. I said it about Daniel Jones with Pat Shurmur. I understand it's going to be hard on Baker Mayfield going through so many coaching changes early in his career. But again, guys, when you are in an abusive relationship, get away from that relationship as fast as you can. Don't continue to wait and say, oh, we'll be patient with it. It's going to work out. No, it's not going to work out. It's not. And it's really disappointing that Cleveland is this bad this year. Look, I'll give them a pass for this, okay? Baltimore, they look like the best team in football. You're probably not going to catch Baltimore, even if Freddie Kitchens is a good head coach, okay? But not better than Pittsburgh, who's had turmoil at quarterback all year. That's just sad. I mean, you got Cincinnati in your division. That's a plus. But again, the Titans haven't been they got 7 losses on the year. The Steelers have 7 losses on the year. This Cleveland team should still be in the playoff race. They should be competing, and they should be in the playoffs, but they're not because their coaching is bad. I will admit, Baker Mayfield has regressed. The players have not played to their strengths. Odell Beckham Jr. is out there not playing the best football. But again, I really do firmly believe that coaching is the biggest issue in Cleveland. I don't care how many good, talented players you have. If you don't have the coach that can manage that locker room and get the best out of those players, you have no hope. And I believe Freddie Kitchens does not have the presence to captivate that locker room. I don't think he has the skill set to be the head coach of the Cleveland Browns or to be a great head coach at all, quite frankly. And in reality, Freddie Kitchens, it's a hard, sad reality that Cleveland fans are going to have to realize, and Cleveland as an organization is going to have to learn from. Freddie Kitchens never should have been hired in the first place. That is a move that bad, dysfunctional organizations do. Not to say Cleveland cannot come out of that hole, but again, Cleveland, they want to get shot themselves in the foot by hiring Freddie Kitchens, and Freddie Kitchens is over his head, and I feel bad for him because he should have never been the Browns head coach in the first place. Cleveland needs a new head coach. Freddie Kitchens is terrible, and he needs to be fired. Be sure to comment where you agree with me and disagree with me. Love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? Or potentially if it doesn't, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, get other people hip to this channel, just share this channel with all your friends, share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God bless day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.